What is up, guys? Rick, Ultimate Gamer Kackis here. Thank you so much for stopping by, and yesterday I reached the maximum rank of 100 for my Season Pass in Season of Dawn for Destiny 2, and I wanted to talk about that experience. The best ways to increase your seasonal pass rank, the best experience gains I was able to get, as well as the journey and some of the things I would get changed, the rewards you get, all of that stuff. And so, let's get started. But if you want to make these ultimate gains and be an ultimate gamer like me, you're gonna need some advanced GG focus. Seriously, not even memeing, I love this product. I always use it in the mornings to wake up. Use code KHD for 10% off. Highly recommend giving it a try. In any event, let's talk about this ultimate gamer moment of ultimateness. So, what I did to achieve this level is I set my alarm. I would only have 6 hours of sleep, and then the rest of the time I was just grinding bounties. I'm kidding. That's not even close to what happened. I posted that I reached rank 100 on Twitter, and everyone's replies basically made it seem like I did that. They're like, this guy must have not seen the outside world in literally 2 weeks. Like, this guy, no life at all. Well, okay, yeah, I have no life. That's fair. But, you know, I'm a Destiny 2 content creator after all, and my content isn't just database speculation with old trailer footage. I actually play the game, and it's really not too hard to reach rank 100 if you play the game. Seriously, I, skipped entire days. I've also been grinding Modern Warfare with the Seasons 1 pass. So if you know what you're doing experience gains wise, you can really ascend in Seasons Pass ranks extremely quickly. So let's talk about that. Experience gains. What are the best strategies? Well, right after a weekly reset, I would highly recommend kind of focusing on those weekly bounties that come with a bunch of other bounties. So strikes is a great example. Grab the 2 weekly strike bounties, grab all the strike bounties you can that are daily, the repeatable strike bounties, and then go to the gunsmith, grab all the bounties there, and then do your 3 strikes. It's very easy to get those 2 weekly bounties done, and weekly bounties do award the biggest amounts of experience, and then you're getting all these other bounties done at the same time. Like, constantly be looking at what those bounties require. SMG kills. As soon as you get SMG kills done, switch to a scout rifle, get the scout rifle bounties done, keep switching weapons, and constantly be filling up those bounties. In no time, you're gonna have a bunch to hand in. But if you are doing that, like right after a weekly reset, it is important that you're not handing in those bounties as you complete them. Save up a big stockpile, and then join someone to get that shared wisdom, extra XP, buff, and then pop them all. But that's only going to work so much, because the daily bounties obviously are going to be done once you do them, and then the weekly bounties, once you get those done, the overall experience gains definitely lowers. So at that point, once you're kind of done that stuff, I would recommend just grinding moon bounties. Like, unfortunately, moon bounties, if you're just going to sit there and grind, are going to be the most practical and likely the best way to level up. And all it entails is literally going to Eris Morn, grabbing all of the repeatable bounties and of course the daily bounties, but you'll get those done pretty quickly, and then just running to a close lost sector. I go to the Anchor of Light, and then just getting all of those bounties done. You get 5 bounties done, hand them all in, grab another 5. Do those, hand them all in, grab another 5, and you just keep doing that. But the thing is, depending on your loadout, you can make this process incredibly fast and efficient, because the repeatable moon bounties are as follows. You have SMG, hand cannon, and auto rifle kills bounties. Then you have arc, solar, and void bounties. Then you've got melee bounties and grenade bounties. And then you've got 7 rapid enemies defeated and orbs of light produced. So, if you want to just grind XP so fast, bottom tree striker. This is going to let you chain melee kills, like 25 melee kills, super easy with that subclass, and it'll also count towards arc kills if you have that bounty. Then you want to be running a masterworked auto rifle, so that if you do have auto rifle kills, obviously you can do that, but if you also have the orbs produced, you'll get that as well for using an auto rifle that's masterworked. And then you have the recluse for void kills and SMG kills. and then you've got a solar hand cannon for obviously the solar kills and the hand cannon kills. And often you'll get a group of 5 bounties and a lot will overlap. Like it'll be void kills and SMG kills and 7 rapid precision shots. Well, you can do all of those 3 with the recluse, right? And lastly, you want to use the Armamentarium exotic chest piece for double grenades and the Heretic rocket launcher with Demolitionist for more grenade regen to handle that bounty. And then you've got one build, and the only thing you're going to switch is between the Recluse and a solar hand cannon for different bounties. But other than that, you've got one build that can do literally any combination of those random moon bounties you get in essentially one run. Now, the only problem with this method is Glimmer. Even if you have 250,000, each repeatable bounty is 3,000 and you will run out pretty quickly. So if you want to do this, try to do it on a day that Spider is selling Glimmer for legendary shards, or like yesterday, he was selling Glimmer for simulation seeds, and then he was selling simulation seeds for legendary shards. So you can just restock on the material, at Spider himself. Right now, specifically because the Dawning bounties are rewarding double XP, they actually surpass the Moon method, but the problem is that you'll eventually run out of Essence of Dawning, and then you'll have to go and grind strikes endlessly to get more, and that really lowers your XP gains overall. So if you do that like weekly reset method, do your strikes, do some weekly stuff, and then you get a bunch of Essence of Dawning, then you can use that to give out a bunch of cookies, get that experience, and eventually once you run out of both of those things, it's on to the Moon bounties. It is the most consistent method. Okay, so let's talk about the Season's Pass. Is there any highlights and things that you really want to go for in it? Is there any levels you really want to achieve? Definitely, you want to get to level 45 to get the Trophy Hunter, the second Season Pass weapon, especially because the brand new obelisk appeared in the tower, and if you have access to those 2 weapons, you can just grab the Time Lost bounties from the tower obelisk, and both of those weapons have phenomenal rolls, potential rolls, so those are definitely worth getting. It's very weird that you have to get all the way up to level 93 before you can get, the ability to get those weapons in strikes, for example, specifically the sniper rifle with level 93. And each different one is broken up into the different activities. There's a whole level is now you can get the rocket launcher from PvP, a different level. Now you can get the rocket launcher from Gambit. And it's kind of weird, that crap takes up 6 whole levels worth of rewards, and the Time Lost bounties are just 10 billion times more efficient to get these weapons. That would make sense if these were very elusive weapons, but the Time Lost bounties completely negates that. So those are kind of 6 levels that are wasted and could have better rewards. Something that is definitely worth it very high up on the Season Pass, however, is the Time Lost Arsenal perk. This makes it so that when you're getting those Saint 14 themed weapons, because it actually doesn't work on the Infinite Paths 8 pulse rifle, for example, which I think is in the EDZ. It only works for the fusion rifle. In any event, it makes it so that when you get those weapons, you actually have 2 different perks that you can choose between, almost like a ritual weapon for that final perk slot. So, I was going for a good fusion rifle roll. I got one of the Time Lost ones with Demolitionist in the first perk slot. Great, that's what I was looking for. And then I could choose between Rampage or Swashbuckler, which is fantastic because those 2 perks is a bit of a debate which one is better, and so now I can just swap between them depending on what I'm doing, and it just makes it so much more likely that you're going to get the perk roll you want. Essentially, you get the chance of 2 perks, and if you get one trash one but then the god roll one, well, you still got a god roll. Just switch it on to the god roll one. So that is going to make farming way easier, but it is, very high up there at level 92. Otherwise, it's your pretty usual assortment of things. One other complaint I have is that it'll give you the Season Pass weapons and the armor and then let you unlock stuff that increases their light level when you get it. Shouldn't it be the other way around or halfway through? I'm not sure about that. But in any event, I wanted to talk about the process of leveling up because we described the best experience grinding method is basically just grinding moon bounties. And That's not great. The sad fact of the matter is that this brand new activity with Sundial turns out to be one of the worst ways to get experience. Unlike Vex Offensive, which had a ton of bounties and repeatable bounties associated with it, the Sundial does not. In fact, the weekly bounties that you could even argue are associated with the Sundial, with the Obelisk bounties, those are all like at their worst efficiency in terms of completing them when you're doing Sundial. You want to just be going into lost sectors and stuff. None of them actually require you to do the Sundial. So the Sundial is there for the weapon grind, and that's fine. But if this is, this season's marquee activity, the main thing you're doing, shouldn't there be a little bit better experience gains? Shouldn't it actually reward you a little bit more for playing that main activity? I also think the obelisks should be more involved in the Season's Pass. The pass feels kind of reskinned from Season of the Undying, just replaced with new stuff, but I think it could be tailored a little bit more to what's going on in Season of Dawn, and a great example is of those time lost weapon perks that directly impact, farming those new weapons in that new activity. Fantastic. More stuff like that, please. Why not some stuff that gives you discounts for how much fractaline you need to level up your obelisks? Instead of increasing the power level gains by 1 for the armor, like no one cares about that, decrease the amount of fractaline required to level up an obelisk by 10 instead for every one of those. Like, that would be a big deal, and it would make it a lot more worthwhile to go after experience and increase your Season's Pass. And then you have a very interesting dichotomy where, do I want to go and get experience and level up my Season's Pass first, or focus on the obelisk first? With that being said, these are certainly not game-breaking problems. The Season's Pass is overall pretty decent, but again, it is pretty similar to last season's, but that's somewhat to be expected. I do really think a change needs to be made, however, to make it more lucrative for completing activities, for completing a Sundial run, for completing a strike, a Crucible match. Those award almost no experience, like basically nothing. It's all about bounties, and the problem with that is it really just becomes the mindless moon bounty grinding, which honestly shouldn't be the best way to level up. It should be like really efficiently grinding activities, getting a team together and running through Sundials or Crucible or Strikes or Gambit or something and just getting those activities done. That would be so much more involved in how you play the game than just being on the moon grinding bounties. And so, those are my thoughts on the grind and the Season's Pass. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, found it interesting. If you did, please remember to help me out by simply rating and especially sharing this video. If you guys want to see more Destiny 2 content similar to this, don't be afraid to slap that subscribe button. If you want to get in touch with me and keep up to date with the latest channel activity, the best way is to follow me on Twitter at RickKackis. That's linked in the description down below. Again, I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, have a good day.